This week's assignment for Illustrator, we're going to be making logos for yourself. Should be something you're into. So naturally, lately I've been into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I'm going to put Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, logos, something like that. Go into images. You could also do retro kind of things. This stuff is great for Illustrator because it could actually do the tracing for you, okay? So I kind of like that one there. And what I'm going to do is go Tools, Size, Large, okay? And I already have the shell design in mind, so I'm looking for the shell, and it's like, ooh, that one could work. So let me see if I could get this one. So this is great because keep in mind in Illustrator, this could work, but remember, you got to do the time of taking all that out. So I'm actually going to go with one like this or this. Okay, so I'm going to right click, save image as, your desktop, turtle, shell. Okay, so once you have this, keep in mind, keeping it simple, you could probably do recreations of that, or you could do your own thing. That's what I'd recommend. So something like that works. You could also go for that. You could do the turtle shell. It's up to you. Give me a few concepts. As I go through the week, I might revise this a few times just because the Ninja Turtles have been Fortnite and other stuff lately. It's really good, and I grew up with them. That was the Donatello I had back in the day. So I could incorporate that into the work. But what I want to do is, ooh, cowbunga. See, that's also a fun one. So there's a lot you can do with this, okay? So the very first thing that I want to do is minimize that. Go into here, go into Illustrator. Okay. Now keep in mind, I've already done CTM, Coach Tony Media ones. This is just like an example of if I was starting fresh. Okay. I'm going to go new file, 15 by 15 inches, CMYK color. So if that's not there, I'm going to go mobile. Okay. Set this to inches, 15 by 15. CMYK color, I'm not saving it to an iPhone, so that's all good. 72 ppi, pixels per inch. Okay, properties are on, everything's good. This is what I need, so I'm going to go File, Open, that turtle shell, okay? Now the thing is with this, I'm going to Control C, Control V. Well, then what I'm going to do is go up to Windows, go Image Trace, and it's two colors. It's black and white. So I could get it with three colors. Watch this. Image trace it. Ta-da, it's been image traced. So now I can play with this logo. I'm going to go expand. I'm going to go to ungroup. Click on the background. Oops. Hee hee. Click off of it, then click on the background, delete. I'm going to pull something on here just because you guys have been turning in blank canvases. You need something behind it. So I'm going to change that fill to probably a blue. Okay. Rather than going to layers, I'm going to right click it. I'm going to go arrange, send to back. See, now I could see it, and now I could be like, okay, I need to get rid of that, you know. But the thing is, too, is I can move this over. Okay. I just want to get rid of all that. Boom. Okay. Now I can move all these shapes around if I want to. See, I could also move this one around. I could also go into the direct select, double click on this point, bring that up, bring that up. See, and I'm just moving this around, making it my own. Okay. And then on this side, double click on the action point to pull it up like we were doing last week. Then I'm going to pull up on this one, and this one, and that one. So now it's even, and I could type in there, you know. So I'm going to put TONY, which is my name. And then just like we did with the heart-shaped box one, I could play with the different stuff here. I could also angle it a little. I can then go through the fonts. My thing is always try to find a font that's close to what you're thinking of. It should already be pre-built. So that's the G.I. Joe font I was talking about. Something like that's fine. Something like there. Or Bungie's always the great one to start with. Bungie is pretty much the one font that I would always say play with that one first. See what you can get with it. I'm going to bring it over here, bring it over here. If you notice it's kind of off a little, that's all right. So I'm just going to bring it down. I could also go to effects, could go to warp, arc, tone that arc down a little. See? Make it fit the spot. Press OK. See? Something like that is fine. And now it's black and white, so that could be one concept. So I'm going to bring this back over. There we go. Go File, Export, Export as, PNG, put your name, and first logo. It could be as simple as that. Doesn't have to be extreme. Always make sure the background color is set to black or white until we get into Premiere Pro. So I'm going to press OK. Now that's one. Okay. Now what I could do is pull that over again and really start playing with these different shapes. Okay. I could also select it all. Go to Fill. If I know I want to put a gradient on, I could gradient it. And from there, gradient options. And change the bottom one. Gradient options. Change that to a green. You know. There we go. Swatches is better. Might change that to like a little bit lighter green. And this one, gotta stop doing that. If I click there, change that to probably an orange or red. There we go. This one, don't click it. There we go. Close that. That looks good. Could also go into the gradient and you're over here. See, you got to go through the gradient and like, let's say you want to change it per every which one. You can. It's just going to take some time. So just be mindful of it. It's like, oh man. But then, let me press Control Z a couple times. Because there was one thing I forgot. Control and Z. Going to go back to the beginning. Okay. Okay. Let's group all this together. Group. Now let's play with that. Gradient. The text, if you notice, is not working because of one simple fundamental thing. Remember in the heart-shaped box, I got to go Object, or Type, Create Outline. So now that is also part of this. So I'll group it all again. Group. Now set that. See, now the text goes with it. Okay, and it could be something as simple as just changing the color of it, putting the stroke on, But you're playing with the logo basically and keeping it simple. It doesn't have to be extreme. If you want to go extreme, go extreme. But it doesn't have to be that extreme. Throughout the week, I'll show you other examples of different logos, but that's it in a nutshell. You could take a design and incorporate your name into it, and this is fine. This actually looks really sharp, so I'm going to go export as, second logo. So remember what I'm asking for. I'm asking for 3. Okay. So I could then move that over. And then if I want to, I could also incorporate this one. Marlene did this in 4th period, and it's my Duchess, who's my dog. Control C, Control V. Okay. And right there, she's already pretty much ready to rock. So I'm going to make her a little bit smaller. Something like that. It's all grouped so I can move it over. Can also get rid of it. And see if I got time to do it. See if I can get a bigger one. Okay. Let's try to copy that. Okay. So let me go into here, Windows, Image Trace. This is where it gets kind of crazy. I'm going to do, let's do 16 colors. I don't recommend doing any of the fidelity ones on your logos because that will take forever to render. See how it's already blacking out my screen? So there we go. So something like that. Then this one, move it over there. And for the demo video, I'm just showing you an example of, ooh, I had an idea. So I'm just going to expand it a little. Ungroup it. Get rid of the blues. Something like this is fine. Group it. That back being front of the duchies. Just kind of up in the corner. I'm going to range, send to back. A little bit smaller. Angle it. Right about there. Now here's the great thing. You have it all image traced, right? So I'm just going to come in here. Notice my stroke and everything is off. That's fine. Set the fill. So I'm going to actually just take the eyedrop tool, sample that, put a little something here. Okay, eyedrop tool again. There we go. And then for the text, okay, so I got the fill on, right? I'm just going to sample this gray. I can now fit it to that space. You know what I'm saying? Something like that is pretty easy. I just got to eyedrop tool it. Boom. Okay. Fit that there. Arrange. Send it back. Ta-da! And that would be like your extreme example, you know what I mean? So export as example of concept 3. Something like that, okay? So once you do that, remember file export and then attach it to the assignment, okay? I got a few ideas with this. It just looks like, just looks like she would do something like that. Let me actually rearrange, bring to the front, boom, boom, export as, boom, boom. If you notice, it's kind of trailing off the edge. I could clean that up in Photoshop too, but if you notice, it's because of that, because she's off the edge, because I did an image tracer. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, that's pretty much it for this demo video. Have fun, and remember, keep it simple.